Hello, this is the HAARP report. 2018 was a terrible year for West Texas cotton farmers. They were droughted out all summer, all spring and all summer, and now here it is mid-October, and they need drought. They need real dry weather, dry sunny weather. This is a picture of 2015. You can see the bolls need to be clean and dry, and what cotton farmers are getting instead is intense flooding, 2 to 4 inches all through the cotton growing areas. And this was after a growing season of terrible drought. So April, extreme drought; May, extreme drought; June, extreme drought; August, extreme drought; September, extreme drought. So here you can see the cotton producing area in West Texas deliberately droughted the entire growing season, and now when the cotton needs dry sunny weather to defoliate it and then pick the clean bolls, it is being literally drenched. And with enough rain, the bolls actually fall off of the stems and the crop is lost. So the 1 week outlook is continuing this heavy precip, and the 1 month outlook is also no better. So how is this being done? So here's a jet stream map about 30,000 feet up, and we can see now these colors are speed, not rain, so just ignore the colors, but we can see a southwesterly flow bringing warm humid air in, and the time in question right here, October 7th, 18 Zulu. The ionospheric heater heats this bend in the jet stream right here, and causes, instead of straightening out, it causes it to fold deeper. So let's see how they heated this elbow portion. Okay, the morning of October 7, visible light mode. Now this little tail here is a normal turbulent cloud called a Kelvin-Helmholtz instability. You can see it's a zigzaggy, wiggly thing. That tells us the surface wind is blowing from the northwest to the southeast. So the Kelvin-Helmholtz instability is looking like this. Just a real normal thing in the weather. A real nice picture here. Of course, we're looking down instead of sideways. Also at that very same time, we have 18 Zulu 7 October, we have the surface wind coming from the northwest, just like the instability shows. So that brings up the question of, if this is a normal cloud, what is this thing going off to the west? Because if we watch this, you can see it's a straight line and it's going over to a circular cloud formation here. Back up and maybe, okay, so daybreak, the D layer forms in the ionosphere because of ultraviolet ionization on the metallic particles. They begin their downburst, and look at this circular shape right here. Holy moly, that's just amazing. Okay, so and this Gulf of California is extremely warm. It's like 88 degrees. Could show you the diagram, but you can look it up. So look at this circular system of rings here, and that same location. Scoot this over. You can see this the microwave beam is so strong and this marine layer is so low that it's actually clearing out an open space. I mean, look at this circular shape right here. So this is actually heating the ionosphere, driving an artificial high pressure down and affecting the jet stream. Now, a very interesting thing happens here. Okay, there's a Navy officer who's supposed to look at these satellite images and make sure nothing like this straight line here, gets out to the public. So, hey, this is got out for like 2 hours. So he finally gets back to his cubicle and yells at the software guys. And what do the software guys do? Next time this line shows up, ooh, looky there. Yes, sir. We'll cover it next time. And so that's how they hide things on the satellite map. Isn't that interesting? So you've got a few black and white lines. They're supposed to look random, and then some white noise. And that was the only, out of 80 images, it's the only map that was messed up. Isn't that interesting? And that's because the Navy officer was off chatting up this hot blonde about 4 cubicles over. Well, who can blame him? Okay, so back to this. 07 October. This is the time in question. This is when the ionospheric heater operation was done right here. So what does that do? It puts a blockage in this fast river of air, and that causes the and you can notice it's kind of on the top side of this river. So it actually causes it to, instead of stop, it goes farther south, digs farther south, and brings that air, that warm air, farther up. I mean, so now you've got some really humid tropical air coming up. Along with the lack of a farm bill, it's really devastating for these cotton farmers. And it's because the Wall Street banks have control over the military commanders. And if you don't understand how that can be done, please watch these videos. Kay Griggs, Colonel's Wife, Deep State Tell All. She was married to a Marine Corps colonel or a brigadier general, and every 2 months these top military brass would be flown to a Greek island where they would have pedophile sex with young boys and girls, and then they're flown back and told what to do. So this is how our military can do these horrific, corrupt, anti-American, traitorous things and keep doing it year after year. But I'm very angry that these farmers are getting abused again, and you know, one year they will go under and lose their farms, because to be a cotton farmer you got to get huge operating loans every spring, otherwise you don't have diesel, you don't have chemicals, you don't have seed. So this is from 2015. Right now all those bulls are sopping wet. It's another disastrous year for the American farmer because of this technology, these ionospheric heaters that are operated by the classified military programs. So what's this ionospheric heater look like on Isla Guadalupe? So using Google Maps, we'll zoom in. And I'm a special customer, so Google Maps shows me stuff that they don't show other people. Anyway, it's Campamento Militar Isla Guadalupe, military camp on Isla Guadalupe Island. And on the southern tip, we zoom in, there's some houses down by the beach, and for some reason we have what looks like a row of big round white balls, 3 rows, and Google Maps lets me get that close. Maybe you guys with Google Earth can look at this in greater detail, but there's a black line that goes from edge to edge. Can't figure out what that is. Not a road. If it's a dirt bike path, I would be careful riding on that. So this is an unexplained structure of some kind of, you can see there's kind of look like white balls that are evenly spaced, and who knows, maybe this black line is a line of photovoltaic arrays so they can get 1,000,000 watts out to operate this thing. But you know, this is the southern tip of the island, and we just saw that beam appears to be coming from the northern side of the island. So maybe you guys with Google Earth can have a look at that. You can see this line just goes right off this cliff here, so who knows what Google really looks like. And also the high points on the island are to the north. You can see there's a mountain off to the north there. It's a big island, and almost totally unoccupied, and it's a military camp. Interesting. It's off limits to the public. So watch the K-Griggs video, folks, if you want to understand what's happening. I am sure the U.S. Navy has been co-opted by the Wall Street banks. And once you watch her videos, you'll understand. Thank you so much for watching. Support me on Patreon. Thanks.